All right. I think we are live. You know what? Right. I think we are live. I know we're live because now I'm getting feedback.
I hear you.
All right. How's that? That's better. All right. Let's try that again.
So are we up on TikTok also?
We are up on TikTok also, directly in TikTok, because one of the weird things about scheduling all these lives, they all have different amounts of time that they need as a minimum. And
Uh-huh.
LinkedIn and Facebook need, I don't know, LinkedIn needs like 15 minutes. Facebook needs like 12 minutes or something like that, or 8 minutes or some weird number. And so somewhere in there, TikTok is a 15-minute window. So if you don't set it up at just the right time,
Uh-huh.
then you have to use the client, like which is what I normally do. But we are actually live casting straight into TikTok tonight, along with YouTube, Facebook, and a few other odds and ends pages, some of them duplicates, so on and so forth. But this is Hypno News, and it is the week of November the 17th, 2025. We are 1 month and 1 week away from that big day in December that everybody seems to celebrate and like getting presents on. Um,
Oh yeah, the
yeah, you guys still have a holiday to go through yet. We got rid of we got through that one last month.
yeah, I was going to say we've got Thanksgiving followed by Black Friday, something Saturday, something Sunday, Cyber Monday, and then it's like Brown Tuesday for all the UPS drivers and Amazon something. So it just kind of goes bonkers after Thursday next week.
Yeah. Have you noticed in any of your social media feeds the number of AI generated videos that are coming up of people stealing Amazon packages off their neighbors' decks and running away with them, and they explode into
Oh, like the powder or paint or something like
powder,
that.
blue paint, you name it. I've seen probably a dozen different videos of this, and it's like,
Uh,
if that really happened as much as people say it does, um, it would just be better to get it delivered to the post office and pick it up there.
Yeah, there was a guy actually a number of years ago in Tacoma, Washington, who set up like I think it's either like a Ring doorbell, a porch light camera or something like that, and he actually he got like a one of those like tripwire type things where a tripwire pulls a pin and then it's a spring loaded striker that hits a shotgun shell blank that's in a little holder and it makes a gunshot noise that goes off, but there's no projectile or anything.
Right.
And so you pick it up and you start running off, and people falling off their porches, and then it's like they're all pissed off because he scared them and they sprained their ankle or they slipped and fell, blew a knee out, and it's just sort of like, yeah, we don't care. You're you there's a rule or there's a law in Washington that you can't profit as a result of like committing a crime. And I have to look up the specific language on that, but for me personally, I am 100% all about that creates the deterrent of criminal activity.
Yep. I don't disagree. I think if you're going to stoop to the level of pilfering packages from porches, then the proliferation of violence that comes against you is earned.
Oh yeah, there's let's see, I'm going to try to bring this up on. Okay, perfect. All right, yeah, now I can go comment. I'm actually going to look for the YouTube video.
There's a few of them, and that I guess that's one of the things that is happening now in the AI realm, right? Like everybody's got access to Sona 2 and some of the other AI video generators, and they're only going to get better. I mean, don't get me wrong; they look pretty realistic now, but
Yeah.
they are only going to get better. And again, we sink to our lowest common denominator. You
Hmm.
know, stealing and violence, Canadian geese bombing on a bombing run. Good stuff.
Yeah, the Cobra chickens, as a friend of mine calls it.
Yeah, the attack of the Cobra chickens.
Uh,
I think that's what they title it, Night of the Cobra Chickens or something
mhm.
wild like that. Anyway, we should get on with the news here. As you can see, Grant is away tonight, so Brian is filling in. And the one thing I will say is that we missed having the pleasure of doing Hypnosis Hero because this is the off week for us.
Mhm.
Next week we have a special guest. Last week was really good. And so we will get into that as we get through here. But here we go. You're ready for Hypno News. The UK Hypnosis Convention. Serious amount of FOMO on this one. My social media feed's been going wild with people that I follow from, the UK, and I know a few of our friends from Portugal were there. I think Grant was supposed to make an appearance, or I don't know if he actually made it there or not. Of course, Scott Sandland, the organizer of HTL Live, was the closing keynote, and by all accounts, an absolutely stellar conference and lots of good learning. And that's what you want out of a conference is the ability to get in there and make some
Mhm.
connections. And they will do it again next year.
Yeah, that would be a. So where in the UK was that at?
So this
You,
is this is right in London.
okay,
So I think you basically land at Heathrow, and it's one of the closer hotels.
right.
And
I would
from
imagine
what
that Grant got down there for that, but I
he said he was going to on either the Saturday or the Sunday, but I don't know that he did. I think he might have been hung up doing some other things.
yeah, because I know that yeah, I talked with him, very briefly, some messages back and forth, like, hey, I've got some time, we can jump on a Zoom, and then the days come and go, and so, but yeah, Grant, if you see this, call me, dude. I got important stuff to share with you.
Oh, I imagine he'll see it at some point. Okay, so that's done again for another year. We I think are very close to the end of the official conference here because I know the Australia conference wrapped up already, which is one that we didn't get into our mix of conferences that we're looking at. My
Australia would be a
understanding is
Australia would be a cool place to go.
Oh, absolutely, it would. And I was actually in contact with a couple of the guys that I know down there, and I don't know that they were able to attend, but they always recommend that conference.
Hmm.
Uh, because it's close to them, but again, if you've got a bucket list that you want to go to Australia, well, why not make it so that your business can pay for the trip down there, and then take a few extra days of sightseeing and experience which animals can kill you in an instant and
Yeah,
you know
I actually that may be one of them in our that may be a presentation in an upcoming conference.
there you go, how to make your business pay for the good stuff.
Hmm.
So but anyway, so I think we're at the end of conference season now for 2025. I don't know of any December conferences, and it's been a busy year. There's been a lot of conferences, some of them newer, some of them um, have been around for a while. So I'm thinking of like the Irish Hypnosis Conference. I'm thinking, is a newer one. The UK, of course, has been around for a long time. Uh, the NGH conference, the Mid America. I'm rolling through my head here. Heartland,
Hmm.
Michigan is a newer one. Pacific
Yeah,
Northwest this year was discontinued, so there's not going to be a Pacific Northwest. Like there are a lot of conferences. Oh, ICBCH I think was in February last year. This past year, I guess. So there's a lot of opportunity to get together and learn, and then there are some other conferences and other associations that we don't generally cover, unless they get in contact with us and say, hey, we got a something coming up.
Yeah, we can't help promote it if we don't know about it.
Yeah, and
So
then
we
HEA,
want to help everybody.
yep, and then HEA, the John and Melanie that we had on. What 2 or 3 sessions ago now on Hypnosis Hero.
Yeah.
They had a virtual conference, which sounded like it was an absolutely stellar hit. But there is opportunity for you to learn about your craft, whether you're on the therapy side or you're on the performance side. And I know at least one hypnotherapist that we've interviewed on Hypnosis Hero in the past who has now made that leap from doing strictly therapy into doing shows.
Oh
And she
yeah.
said it's so amazing. It's like, yeah, we told you.
Yeah, it's fun. That's why people do it.
Yeah. So, and that brings us 2026. That was a fairly well. I took that screen grab about 20 minutes ago now. So, um, you know, you still have about 63 days and 18 hours and a few seconds to
That
get your butt down to Vegas for the Performing Hypnosis Summit.
so John, you'll have to move your cursor and everything like that. But if you want to show them on the web page where the rooms part is, go
Yep.
up to the top of the screen.
You know what? I'll do you one better. Hang on. Let me pick a color that's going to show up. White.
Oh, that bright blue. Oh, perfect.
Rooms.
Sweet. Yes. Click on that. That's going to give you the link for the discount code. So when it says book your room on there, so deadline to book your room and make the reservation is, I think it's December 21st or something like that. We're right about 30 days out. And I just spoke with the folks at the hotel yesterday and then again this morning. Get your reservation in. That way they can basically plan, these are the blocks that we have reserved, these are the ones that we can give away. And it just because you make your reservation does not bind you to it. If you cancel your reservation at least 24 hours, preferably do it 48 hours, you don't get you get all of your money back. It's just a single night. It's like $50 to put a deposit down. That's all refundable if you just absolutely decide you're not going to come out. But we need to make sure that we've got people booking their rooms and whatnot. As far as the schedule is concerned, because a lot of people have asked me about that, I am desperately trying to work with the powers that be to get that out. So it's certainly not for lack of effort on my part. Again, Grant, call me. So yeah, all the speaker submissions have been received. We just need to get that schedule finalized and then work on some of the extracurriculars that we're going to have available. So I definitely encourage, if you can, fly in a day or two early. That way you can go do some touristy stuff. Stay a day or two late if you can, for the same reasons. Airfare is usually cheaper and whatnot. But if you have to, jam in on Thursday night, so be it. We'll look forward to seeing you guys.
Yeah, I think Canadian airfare is kind of weird that way because it is actually cheaper for me to fly out of Vegas on Monday than it is on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Yeah.
So,
And
which is weird, but I mean,
like for me, Vegas to Seattle or even Portland or something like that, the people, everybody wants to fly in Thursday, Friday, make a weekend, and then take the last flight out on Sunday. And so those are the prime airfare. You're going to see your tickets. You probably cut your airfare in half by going out on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, for sure. All right, and then of course I'm gonna point this out here. Is where do you go to get all this great information and purchase your ticket? The Performing Hypnosis Summit.com. It is a .com. It is a legitimate website. You can purchase your ticket online, and Grant worked behind the scenes this year to make sure that whole process was streamlined so that you can get your tickets booked right on the website. You're not going to go off into 25 other websites for paying fees and this, that, and the other thing. It's all self-contained within the PHS website. So, yeah, definitely get your room. Definitely get your tickets. Definitely plan to attend. Definitely get your butt down there because
Yeah,
definitely we're going to be there.
yeah. We while we're going to offer online only, or not online only, but online access. Uh, Really, I would say 60% of the conference, when you show up in person, it's getting face to face with people, making memories, building those friendships and relationships and everything like that. And, then it's just the experience, the atmosphere. We go out, we have fun afterwards. It's not a super rigid schedule. It's just, hey, we're going to, get started in the morning. We'll wrap up in time so that you can go to dinner. There's everything that we do outside of the conference um, is optional. Everybody is welcome. We encourage participation, but if there's something that you want to go do, go have fun and enjoy yourself. It's you know come for the education and the um, fellowship, if you will, but then also you know make a little mini vacation out of it. Take a day or two.
Yep. Yep. And PHS is one of the very few hybrid conferences, meaning that yes, we are going to have streams that are being streamed right from the people that are presenting in Vegas, but there will also be a third stream of online presenters that are online coming to you from around the world, and they will be sharing their knowledge as well. So you will have access to all those streams with your ticket, and then you will also, if you happen to just be able to only attend online, you will still get access to the streams. You just will be able to watch them all and enjoy the wonderful Vegas scenery and the somewhat warmer weather that is normally associated with someplace in the desert.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely chilly the last time
It was.
or earlier this year, but I mean, in reality, it wasn't horrible. Granted, I live in the Pacific Northwest, but somebody from Florida will probably likely disagree with me. But I was fine in jeans, a t-shirt, and a hoodie or a light coat. But
Yeah, well, I'm Canadian, so I mean, I would have been fine in a t-shirt.
yeah,
Not that
but
I only wore just a t-shirt. Just let's clarify that.
exactly. So but I mean,
I still had pants.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely an experience. Um, we definitely emphasize safety in numbers. Don't go run down the back alleys. Take your Uber, take a taxi. Um, that way, you're not having to worry about driving. If something happens, it's someone else's fault, and you can pretty much, if you need an Uber or a taxi, you're waiting maybe 3 minutes, if that, and everything is kind of constantly moving. So if there's something that you want to go do, it's really not challenging to go make that happen. But there's a variety of things to just go and it's an experience. We'll be right across the Interstate 15 freeway. Um, you basically take the Flamingo and run across the overpass, and you split right in between the Bellagio and Caesar's Palace. So having seen the Bellagio fountains, and they choreograph the fountain show to music, a variety of different choreographies. That's actually really really cool to see in person. You really don't understand how big the Bellagio is until you're standing right in front of it.
Well, exactly. When Jim and when I was at Hypno with Jim 5 years ago now,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went and we did some street hypnosis out in front of the Bellagio. We were across the street at the um, uh,
Was it Paris?
yeah, no, the drugstore, CVS.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That's right on the
Anyway,
corner there.
yeah, right on the corner, and
Mhm.
it was hot. Like it was over 100 that afternoon. So,
Oh, you
but
guys were there in the summertime.
yes, but the fountains were
Yeah.
on, and people
Hmm.
were watching, and it was when you're right when you look at it, and I was across the street, and to get just the scope, the field of view of the entire hotel, and then this fountain, which admittedly it kind of looks a little tiny compared to the hotel, but is absolutely huge when you're standing right in front of it because
Hmm.
it's like almost 2 blocks long. Uh,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, yeah, it's a sight to see.
And Grant was able to sniff out the Starbucks right on the corner at the end of oh,
I figured he would have
it's
left it
11
hidden.
o'clock at night. I need a latte. It's
Yeah,
like my
well, I was
14th
gonna
one of the
say
day.
if there was a Starbucks there, I'm sure Grant had like in the picture he probably put an arrow to it and said lattes here.
Yeah. Uh, but no, it's actually really one of the things that I like, and it's certainly cost effective because it doesn't cost anything to go walk around the casinos. You can go from inside one hotel almost into another one and not realize that you've
Skipped hotels.
gone somewhere else. But it's the sidewalk. What's really interesting is the sidewalks. They've got all the pillars and bollards and stuff out there, but there's not any crosswalks. They've got the pedestrian bridges and escalators that go up and over, so you're not stopping traffic and backing it up. You can really move cars in and out, and it also keeps people from just stopping on the side of the road and hopping in or out of the cars or trying to run across the street. And they frown on playing the Frogger, the human version. But I went to, that was it. We ended up, the Golden Knights were in town. I think the Sunday,
The Sunday night, yeah, I
yeah,
remember.
Sunday evening. So we went to the game, and so I rode with Kevin Lapine. So we go to the game, and then we're meeting up with some people afterwards, and we went from the T-Mobile Arena through, I think, probably half a dozen hotels, and ended up in Mandalay Bay, where we were meeting. And it was just, I think we went through not Treasure Island, Excalibur. We went through Luxor. I think New York, New York. MGM was across the street, but there's just so much, and you walk inside Luxor, and you just go like, oh my god, this is just cavernous inside. It's gigantic, and then some of
Well,
the
and so
displays that they have.
like Mandalay Bay, I always remember what's his name there announcing, let's get ready to rumble, and that
Mhm.
arena inside the hotel
Oh yeah,
it has got to be huge because it seats like what 15 or 20,000 people.
yeah. I think, and yeah, Grant and I and his wife, we, while a post conference training was going on, we just kind of took a day and went, all right, we're just going to go get dropped off somewhere on the strip, and we're just going to walk up and down and through all the different casinos and shops, and see some of the ridiculous pricing. But you see, you know exotic, hypercars inside of a casino. There's a McLaren dealership, um, where they've got a little showroom inside there, and it's just really really amazing, the decor and the design and the different themes. You go into the Venetian, um, the Wynn. God, what other ones did we go through? It it just escapes me, but just walking through, we went all the way down the strip, and there's an In-N-Out burger. So if you've never had In-N-Out burger before, like, you are in for a treat. It's really good stuff.
I'm trying to think if I've ever had or not. I don't know that I have.
Yeah, but
Okay, that sounds like goals to me.
yeah,
The other thing to think about too is that not all of these hotels have some historic value in terms of they've been used for major events and whatnot, but they do have history. And so if you get a chance to actually talk to some of the people that work there,
Hmm.
find out a little bit more about the history of each of those hotels, you may find out. And this happened to me actually. It wasn't in Vegas; it was in New York. We were at a conference with IBM and K-12 education, and they took us out to this really really awesome Italian restaurant. And so we went all the way to the back of the restaurant, up some stairs, and into this room. We all sat down and we were all thinking, okay, this is pretty swanky. Thanks, guys, for taking us out. This is only the first part of the evening.
Hmm.
So on the Tonight Show, if you get into YouTube and you look at their into reels and you take a look at some of the clips of Frank Sinatra, there's a clip where Don Rickles comes out,
Uh-huh.
and Frank tells the story of Don coming up to him saying, and this was before Don was married. Uh, Frank, he went up to Frank and he said, "Frank, look, I'm trying to make out with this pretty girl. Can you stop by the table, so that she knows that I know you?" And he said, "Sure." So he finished his espresso, walked down the stairs, and walked over to his table, and he looked up and he says, "Hey, Frank, what are you doing? I'm trying to eat." Like, just totally threw Frank under the bus, right?
Right.
But the restaurant that we were in was that restaurant, and the waiter was probably old enough to remember the Rat Pack, and the room that we were in was their room, and the seat
Hmm.
that I was in was Frank's. Now, I
Oh,
wouldn't have
wow.
known that had somebody not said anything,
Uh-huh.
but because we had a waiter who understood the history and was willing to sit and tell us the stories and different things, when you get an experience like that, that's a life experience. I
Hmm.
sat in Frank Sinatra's chair. That was the chair that he always used. He was the only one. That room was off limits. Like, only the Rat Pack got in there. And
Right.
the waiter that was serving us was one of maybe five that was able to serve them.
Speaking of Rat Pack, Jason O'Callaghan needs to go there. Like full setup and do his singing performance. That would be absolutely amazing. And I mean that guy's got talent. But speaking of historical stuff, the three fountains in front of Caesar's Palace, Evil Knievel attempted to jump those on his
Yep.
motorcycle, December 31st, 1967, and went very not no es bueno. Um, but his son Robbie Knievel actually made the jump mid-April of 1989.
There you
So
go.
there's been a lot of just
A lot of advancements in aerodynamics.
yeah, there's that. Um, but I mean, Vegas seems to be always growing, evolving, and changing.
It
Um,
has to.
I know that was it not MGM Grand? Um, it's one that's getting torn down.
They actually just
Oh, the Mirage.
yeah, Michael DeShalit was there at the one of the last ones that they popped the dynamite and watched it implode at
Yeah,
2 o'clock in the morning.
yeah, and so it's kind of like, yeah, you see a lot of some old history go away, but then at the same time the new stuff pops up, like
Yeah,
the giant spear. If you fly into Vegas at night, you're gonna see that thing lit up, and it's just this gigantic orb in the middle of the city, of the strip.
yep, and it's so bright, and the picture is so crisp. Like, you could watch a movie out there
Oh yeah.
quite easily from the air. You wouldn't
Hmm.
hear it, but
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Like there's cool places to go check out. Like they've got an ice bar, they've got a prohibition era kind of speakeasy type
yeah.
thing in
If
inside the
you
Venetian.
Yeah, and if you want to actually see what $1 million looks like,
Oh, there's several places for those.
Yeah,
They've got it locked up in, the plexiglass.
I'm sure every serial number on every bill is recorded and so on and
Mhm.
so forth. But
Go take
yeah,
your picture in front of it,
yep,
stand over it and all that stuff. But yeah, Fremont Street is just kind of I say it's a wild experience because you've got this like gigantic jumbotron that's the roof that covers you, and you look up and they put a bunch of different, like 1 minute you're in like deep space, and then the other stuff it's like you're, this paisley, drugs type of an, hallucinating type thing. But then they've also got also different designs, the zip lines that go down there, people that you can go take pictures with, the different street performers, the live bands that they have going. There's just a ton of energy, um, and it's just a fun place to go experience.
yeah, that's exactly it. It's an experience. It's an experience. All right, we should probably move on here. Let's see where are we at. Oh yeah, the Hypnosis Hero podcast. It will be
Oh
coming.
yeah, next week.
Yeah, coming to you live on Tuesday night. Our guest hypnotist is going to be Salita Grant, author, hypnotist, hypnotherapist, has all kinds of good stuff on the go, and is quite ready to sit down and talk to Brian and I about the things that she does and what she contributes to the world of hypnosis. And we're looking forward to having another exceptionally great interview, because that seems to be all that we ever have are exceptionally great interviews with people that are absolutely phenomenal, absolutely passionate about hypnosis and the things that they get to help people with.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
Tuesday night.
it's one of those things. It's like if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yep, absolutely. I'm looking forward to, after my retirement from the school division, just being a full time hypnotist. And like you said, it's not really ever going to be like work, because it's so much fun. Like
Yeah,
you never quite get exactly the same client twice, and your shows, even though you do some of the same routines in those shows, you never get the same show twice. There's
oh
always
yeah.
going to be there's always going to be um, just all kinds of
There's that X factor, that unknown variable, that it's just going to be a surprise for everybody.
yeah, exactly. Sorry, I got a text message there. I got keeping an eye, because I have to go for another drive yet tonight to pick up my son. So it's all fun and games.
There's no snow on the ground yet, is there?
No, there won't be. I'll just have to keep my eye out, because it is now hunting season here in Saskatchewan, all the way through the province. So deer, moose, elk, antelope. Not so much in this area, but south of us, there's lots of antelope. Um,
Does Canada allow hunting at night? I would think that.
no, it's because during the day the hunters are very busy.
Uh-huh.
And the animals tend to get a little jumpy, and they will trot onto the highway, or across the highway, or run into your car.
Yeah.
Had that happen once or twice. It wasn't even so much that I ran into them. It was the deer's tail, and it was just enough of a whoomp that it dented my car.
Yeah.
Blew out a light. So,
Oh man, if I lived up that way, one, I would have to have 4-wheel drive, some type of like a
recommended. Yep.
truck or SUV. But then I'd put one of those big like LED light bars, like you see in the Baja 500 or Baja 1000s, that just, hey, it's just me on the road. I want to see half a mile down the road like it's the midnight sun, and be able to see stuff that's coming off on the sides of the road and things like that.
Yeah, I would actually just want like Kit, because then his scanners would pick up all the extra movement.
Like I'd want thermal that just shoots
Yeah,
off to the sides of the road.
yeah, or better yet, Airwolf, because even if a Cobra chicken hits it, you're still fine.
Oh God, yeah, that was such a that design of helicopter to me is it's it's so elegant mixed with tactically appropriate and
I'm sure that's why they chose it. I mean, it looks like a very very mean machine, but it still looks sleek enough, like it could actually do Mach 1.
oh yeah, I mean two turbines that two turbine jet engines that power that thing. It's the or turbine shaft.
Yeah.
And but yeah, they're amazing machines. And to be able to fly in one or fly one of those would be just unreal to me.
Yeah, it would be an experience. So that brings us to the end of the newscast. Our quote of the week: "The unconscious mind records all 1,001 little details that the conscious mind neglects." John Grinder. And I heard this recently too, and I want to say it was uh, it's a lady. It's a lady that I follow on TikTok and Instagram, and she calls herself the gratitude mindset lady. And uh, one of the people that she had that she was quoting, showing the video, doing a kind of a double take on it, said something to the effect that if we didn't have our reticular activating system,
Mm-hmm.
we would go absolutely nuts, because our internal sounds, our heartbeat, every time we breathe, all of those sounds would be, basically transmitted to our brain all the time. Like, you would never get any sleep, because you'd constantly be hearing, and all the sounds that
Every
we,
veteran who watches this who's living with tinnitus is like,
which hypnosis can help with. So,
yeah,
but it's one of those things that our mind has been designed to uh, record as much as it can, but only feed us a certain amount. And so if I say to people, look out for all the white Jeeps in your area. Next week, everybody's going to say, Sean, you dirty so and so. Like, why did you? I noticed 85 white Jeeps in my area.
right.
I did that once as an example in a class, and I said, yeah, if we all noticed white vans in our area, and one of the ladies wrote back, there's one sitting out front of my house. So,
We just don't want the vans that say free candy on the side.
well, exactly.
So,
Anyway, that's it for this week. So for Hypno News, and Brian and Grant, who's away, take care, stay well, be awesome.
take care, everybody.
Good night.